What's up, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages? So, I ordered some new teeth for Abby's stump grinder, and this is a different tooth than what we've been running. This right here is from Green Teeth, and this is their, so it's kind of like, it's like a bowl, I guess, and this is their red tooth. It's supposed to be more aggressive or whatever, but it's not recommended for any kind of rocky soil or anything like that. So I've been running the Vermeer teeth, and hold on, I'll show you those. So the Vermeer teeth that I've been running, this is an older one, but I kept it as a spare. It looks like this. So you use one side and you flip it around and use the other side. That one's got a small chip in it, but like I said, this is an older tooth I kept as a spare. So you can see the difference. So this one actually has a cup, and I feel like when it comes down, it's gonna actually cut more, or cut better. I don't know. We're gonna try them. I've never tried them, you know. This is I just know this one likes to shred a lot, especially on pine. So, but in doing that, I also had to get new holders, whatever these are called. I can't think of what they're called right now, but they go on the side of the machine, and then the tooth goes through this portion right here, like this. And then these actually have 3 different things, so you can turn them, pick it up and turn it, and then it sits back down. So, oops, sorry. Joys of having a beard. So there's 16 teeth on this machine. So there's 16 of these. I ordered 16 teeth, 16 of these, and all the bolts and stuff. It was $300 and something, $360, I believe. They shipped it out really fast. It got here, I ordered it Thursday. Got here Saturday. So, alright, now let me show you the machine. Okay, so, oh, and some of these are flared. Let me back this up. There you go. Some of them are flared, some of them are not. So you can see how these are flared out and these are not. Okay. So this right here, on this particular machine, this is a Vermeer 362. This takes a 9/16. So 9/16 right there. And then the bolts on the side over there. You got to get a pick. You got to get a pick, and you got to clean all this dirt out. And then this takes a half inch Allen to get those out. And you want to be very careful, because you can round this out very easily. So you want to pick that out, and then I generally take a pick and I pick all the dirt out, you know, or a file or whatever, and then I take an air compressor and I blow in there. So there's the one on the other side. So got a whole bag full of parts right there. So there's all the teeth. There's all, I think they call these shoulders. I think they call them shoulders. And then there's the new bolts. Yeah. Oops. Hold on. Okay, so there's the new bolts. They go through just like that, and then the bottom one goes the opposite way. I wonder why they have that slot in there. That's funny. I don't know. Maybe if it gets stuck, you can use a big flathead or something. I don't know. These are obviously grade 8 bolts. So let's see if they use the same 1/2 inch. Yep. So same 1/2 inch. Alrighty. Well, I was going to do a time lapse, but it's dark, so I'm not going to do a time lapse on this. Just going to change them out, and then I'll show you when I'm done. Oh, one more thing. Put that down there, put that there. Where is... Hold on. Found it. Okay. So... a wire brush is great. This one is worn out. I couldn't find my new one. It's in my garage somewhere. But so these nuts, they'll get dirt on them all the time. So just take a wire brush and just clean that up, and you get all the dirt off. So, got my tools sitting right there. This one's to break them loose. Got my Milwaukee 3/8 ratcheting right angle to take them off. So, you just do one set and then spin the wheel. And then, you know, do the next set. So, there you go. Alright, be back in a minute. Okay. So, the bolt heads are worn. Which makes the socket a lot shallower. Which means that the Allen bit won't, it doesn't have enough to grab to get it off. So tried every bolt on here, took a pick, picked them out, you know, got all the dirt out, took an air hose, blew them out, got one bolt out, one single bolt. So, yeah. Hold on. Okay, 1 out of 16. Alright, so here's the deal. There's a tooth. So one bolt goes in this way, and it threads on this side. And that's what it's doing. It's rounding out. So see, the other bolt on the bottom threads in from the other side. So it's 9:30 at night. I'm debating about waiting to do this till in the morning, but I don't want to put Abby behind stump grinding. And here's my plan. Those bolts can't be tight if they're liquid. Okay? Just saying. But here's the problem with that. Okay? And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have to cut these off. Okay. So, I have to cut up here, because this is where this bolt threads in, is up here. Then, I have to cut down here on this side, because that's where the bottom bolt threads in. Have to do that 16 times. I've had to do this before when I changed these out, these shoulders. I just don't know if I want to get into it tonight. So, and I've got way too much stuff to do next week to fool with this stump grinder. I would rather go ahead, just get it done, than, you know, be done with it. And I'm starting to think that next time I change the shoulders sooner. Which, I mean, these aren't broke. It's just getting them off is such a pain when you round every single one of them strips out. Anyway, so let me show you what I'm talking about the depth of them. Okay, see that one? See how shallow it is? There's nothing there to grab, because this is worn. So same with that one. See, there's there's nothing. There might as well not even be a hole there. Also, when I cut them off, I have to be extremely careful not to cut into this wheel. I have to only cut this material right here and not this material, because if I mess this wheel up, then I have to buy a new wheel, and there's a whole bunch of stuff you have to take off to get this wheel off. So definitely do not want to do that. I have to be extremely careful and just cut out here. So I don't know. After this video airs, if somebody has any kind of suggestion, be more than happy to hear it. I thought about a cutoff wheel. You know, taking a cutoff wheel and cutting them off. But that is a lot of material to be cutting through with a cutoff wheel. And it's very hard material. I'm trying to remember how I did it last time. Pretty sure I just used a torch. But that's been... Ooh. It's been probably at least a year ago when I changed these shoulders. So, yeah, probably gonna do one with the torch, see how it goes, and then I'll decide, you know, if that's the best route, or if I need to try a cutoff wheel, or see. And also, if the bolts were softer metal, I could drill them out, because you don't have to drill in but, you know, 1/2 inch, but the bolt is also a 1/2 inch bolt. So I mean, you're drilling in, you know, you're drilling a 1/2 inch hole, and the bolts are grade 8 or grade 10 bolts. You know, they're extremely hard. So yeah, that's where we're at. Anyway, all right, well, let me check back with y'all in a little while. Okay, so now it is about 10:15. Unfortunately, I had to leave that one because they only sent me 16 teeth, and I want that to stay balanced. So they're gonna send me the other teeth, the next tooth, whatever, at some point in time, whenever they get it in. It's on back order. I have all the shoulders and I have everything, but they only sent me 15 teeth, and it takes 16. So I left those 2 on. But as you can see, I'm waiting on this to cool. I didn't gouge any metal. Got all those cut off. It only took, you know, 40 minutes, 45 minutes to cut all 16 of those off. Or, well, I'm cutting 8, I guess, because I was only cutting one side. I just stayed with one side. I didn't swap over to the other side and cut the other side. But yeah, all these are really, really hot. So there's one cut off. There's all of those. Bunch of junk. I'm gonna have a nice mess to clean up. Definitely gonna clean that up in the morning, because I'm gonna let all these cool. And so there you go. Now I'm gonna start bolting this thing back together. Be back in a minute. Alrighty, so ended up they did send all 16 of the teeth. I was missing one, and I found it in one of the 5 bags that they sent. That's an old one down there, don't worry about that. So got all new teeth, all new shoulders, put Loctite on those, and yeah, got everything tightened down. Of course, I went strictly by the torque specs of my forearm. So yeah, did figure out one cool trick. The torch works great, by the way. Did figure out one cool trick. There's a hole right there and right there that goes through. There's a half moon right there in the disc. So when you're working, you get that half moon lined up somewhere, right up there, and then you shove. Maybe I went a little too far. Yeah, I didn't have a piece of metal that size, so handy dandy saw wrench works just great. And then you can start down here, start shoulder, 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 and then spin it halfway around the other way. For this one and that one down there, I had to move the saw wrench to down here where it wouldn't go up. And then for the other side, I had to just put a 2x4 underneath that and on the ground so I could get it tight. So now it is midnight. Let me check. Yes, midnight, 12:01 on the dot. So I'm gonna go inside, get cleaned up, get supper, because I haven't had supper yet, and get up in the morning and grease this thing. Well, after I put my tools up. Get up in the morning, grease this thing while Abby's taking the kids to school, and then she will be 100% ready for stump grinding with brand spanking new teeth that we've never used before. So hopefully they work out very well, because she's got 12 oak stumps to do pretty soon. 3 of them need to be done very soon. Like 3 of them need to be done tomorrow, and then the other ones, they can wait, but she still needs to get caught up a little bit. So alrighty, well, I'm kind of tired, so I'm gonna get these tools packed up and grease this thing in the morning. We've got I really don't know what this next week holds. They got 80% chance of rain like every day. So I got a small job scheduled for tomorrow. Gonna finish up the wiring on this truck. I'm supposed to do that today, but then the stump grinder teeth came in, so I skipped that. I can do without that. I want the stump grinder to be running correctly. The truck runs. It's fine. It's just the trailer doesn't have lights. It's the only thing. I'm not going out of town or anything, so it's just not a big deal. I'm going 2 miles down the road. So we're just going to let it ride for tomorrow. Then I got a big job I got to do after that. It's not a real big job. It's just a lot of cleanup. It's a ton of cleanup. It's to not huge water oaks. They're not tall, but there's a crap ton of limbs on both of them. So yeah, but we're gonna have to see what the good Lord does with the rain. As long as it doesn't get too wet, I can do both the jobs. But I mean, if it's pouring down rain, then we're not gonna, we're not gonna be out here running chainsaws. I'm gonna be working on saws in the shop. So anyway, that's gonna do it for this one. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. If you feel like I did something wrong, feel free to let me know. The cutting torch worked fantastic. So yeah, probably about as fast as trying to take the bolts out by hand, if they would have even come out, which these obviously wouldn't. So like I said, hey, they can't be tight if they're liquid. You know what I'm saying? Alright, so appreciate y'all. Have a safe week this next week. Remember, Jesus loves you, and deuces, homies.